to him. But it's good to see smaller players making that hustle to get underneath the hoop.
Absolutely. You don't need height. You just need a big heart. And, of course, Gessner has that.
And you and I know that really well,
Of course,
Steve.
yes, we do. Inside, the Lakers looking to put some points on the board. A free ball for Collier. Off the rim and out. Dante Williams gets it. Regroups. Kicks it back out to the point where where Ellis can regroup. Derek Ellis Jr. at the point has Gessner in his face. 15 seconds to shoot, wraps around. There's going to be a whistle called. This one's going to be on number 13, Isaiah Lewis.
5 minutes into the game, and that's their first foul, so that's a pretty good sign for California, pretty disciplined sign.
Yeah, oh, no doubt about that. That's Isaiah Lewis and the team's first. Terry Davis Jr. makes his way into the game. Isaiah Lewis will take a seat for a little bit. The ball's worked around the perimeter. Lakers still on the attack. Shot up, rims out. California has the ball. This pass is stolen. The pass was intended for Howes. Ellis gets the ball, kicks it out to Collier. Collier for three, foul called. And there's going to be a charge call. The foul's going to be on number 12, Lorenzo Collier.
And a note on Terry Davis Jr., he's somebody that I'm kind of surprised to see out there because he has been fighting lingering injuries. Kent McBride has said he's not yet to 100%.
Jameer Howes at the near elbow, almost loses it, picks it back up. He's going to be taking on Edvaldo Ferreira, makes a move, puts a tough shot up, was crowded, had two men on him, puts a shot up, contact's going to be called. The foul's going to be on number 13, Edvaldo Ferreira. That's going to be Ferreira's first. It's going to be the team's third. Jameer Howes shooting 69.1% so far this season. Makes his first, readies for his second. His second's up, and his second is good. He has 2 points on the night. California has an 11-4 lead over the Lakers. 14-10 left to go in the first half. Bounce pass inside. Collier has the ball at the point. Goes back to Ellis. Ellis tries to make a move on Terry Davis Jr. Now back to Collier. Ellis works around, goes to his left, puts a tough shot up, in for 2 points. A nice show there by Derek Ellis Jr. Cordell Smith at the point. Goes to his right to Davis. Over to Howes. Inside to Gessner, backdoor cut. Howes with a no-look pass, but a little bit in front of Gessner. Gessner couldn't get his hands on it.
His arms were a little bit longer, about a couple more inches. That would have been a great pass, great finish from Jordan Gessner.
Gessner with a lot of elusive plays so far, trying to sneak his way in the back door. And wide open under that hoop. He's been doing it all night. And he almost had another 2 points from it there.
And that's why Kent McBride called him like his spark in games and in practice.
Walk-on last year as a freshman, shots up, and that's good for 2. Gessner was a walk-on as a freshman, so for him to be starting these games, putting as many minutes as he is this season is so impressive just for him himself.
And that's where it comes back to Kent McBride saying he has never complained once. He has always given his all effort. Absolutely
a team player. California working the ball in the far corner. Terry Davis Jr. kicks it to Howes. Tekel almost loses it. Now Terry Davis Jr. couldn't get a hand on it. Broken up by Walters. Walters all by himself slams it away. 4-2. This game is only a 1-point game. Vulcans 11, Lakers 10. California on the attack to the far side to Davis. Davis has 2 men in front of him. Goes inside to Howes. Howes over to Gessner. Gessner almost loses it, picked up by Tekel. Now Cordell Smith down the baseline, puts a shot up, no good, off the rim. Should be a brand new shot clock, but there isn't. Howes goes to his right to Gessner. Gessner, a shot up, and that's in for 3. The shot clock should have been reset, but the refs are saying that he didn't get it off in time, but really the shot clock should have been reset.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to that, Steve. That's pretty crazy right there how they didn't catch that.
And you know, even if the shot clock should have been reset, I believe that Gessner got that shot off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable. Nonetheless, 11-10, California, 3 for Mercyhurst, and there they have it. They got the lead, 13-11, a big 3 from Malcolm Walters.
Yeah, I bet Jordan Gessner doesn't feel too good that he got the 3.
Terry Davis Jr. drives in, puts a shot up, and that's good for 2. This is a tie ball game, 13-13. 11:40 left in the first half. Mercyhurst on the attack. Dante Williams backs in. Walters for 3, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Mercyhurst. Walters kicks it out to Collier. Collier off the rim and out. Mercyhurst gets the rebound once again off the hands of Philip Alexander, and it's going to be out of bounds. And this will take us into our second media timeout. The two teams will take a break. We'll take a break as well. Coming up after the break, more action here at the Convocation Center on CUTV and the BSAC Network. Dylan, what's wrong, man?
I just don't know how my family back home in Buchanan, West Virginia can watch our stuff up here.
They can follow us on Twitter or they can like us on Facebook.
That's awesome. What about our sports? How can they watch that?
They could watch it live right on our YouTube channel.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
And welcome back into the Convocation Center. These two teams just coming out of their media timeout. Tie ball game, 13-13, California. Both sides looking pretty impressive so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Jordan Gessner got a little robbed there of a 3-point shot, but other than that, it's been pretty solid for both teams so far.
Absolutely, both teams putting up some points. A little controversial call on a Gessner three-pointer. Time running out on the shot clock. They said he didn't get it off, but it could have been debatable, and Coach Kent McBride still having a word with the referee. Of course, hindsight's 20/20, and you can't take that back. Mercyhurst on the attack. Walter circles around to the point. Kicks it over to Ferreira. Ferreira backs into Green. Eric Green making his way into the game for the Vulcans. Under 10 to shoot. Ferreira spins around, drives, shots up, and that's good for 2. A tough shot made by Ferreira. Isaiah Lewis looking to get some points back for the Vulcans. Terry Davis Jr. drives the baseline, shots up, no good. He's going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And there's so much hustle right there from a guy who Kent McBride said is not 100% right now, who has been battling lingering injuries, and just he's giving it his all despite not being 100% healthy. Yeah,
no doubt about that. You know, the kid doesn't give up. His first shot is up. His first shot is no good. But, yeah, I mean, he gives it all day in and day out. Terry Davis Jr., his second shot is good. 1-point ball game, Lakers 15, Vulcans 14. Down the court is Ellis. Ellis hands the ball off to Maxwell. At the point is Walters. Walters decides to go in, kicks it out to Ferreira. Ferreira to the far corner to Maxwell. Maxwell tries circling around, back to the far corner. It's Ferreira. This patient Mercyhurst team looking to strike. 5 seconds to shoot. Maxwell loses the ball to the Vulcans. The Vulcans on the rush, bounce pass. Terry Davis Jr. inside, layup, and that's good for 2.
That was a fantastic pass. Sorry, Steve, but that was just so good. That was textbook perfect.
A great no-look bounce pass from Isaiah Lewis to set Terry Davis Jr. up. An absolute great play from the steal to the finish. At the point is Mercyhurst. Inside to Ferreira. Williams. Three ball for Walters. Off the rim and out. California gets the rebound. Isaiah Lewis with some speed. Jumper is up off the rim and out. Philip Alexander was almost there, but Ellis comes away with it. Ellis with speed. Shots up. No good off the rim. Into the hands of Ferreira. Ferreira finishes it off with 2 points. Another 1 point lead for the Lakers. Isaiah Lewis slowly makes his way across the half-court line. Has Alexander to his left. Now Terry Davis Jr. works the ball back over to the freshman. Eric Green inside, kicks it out to Lewis. Lewis for three, wide open, in and out, no good. Lakers come away with the rebound. Williams inside, he's going to be fouled. Shot is no good. This foul is going to be on number 13, Isaiah Lewis.
Not a lot of, when the Vulcans are shooting, there's really not a lot of following your shot, which is something that Kent McBride is preaching on the sidelines, to get in there and crash the boards.
Yeah, get aggressive. When you put those shots up, follow it up. Hustle. Hustle is the name of the game in California. Something to work on. They've adjusted, they've grown from that. First shot for Dante Williams is good. A whole line change for California. Cordell Smith comes in. Ryan Dutton comes in. Robo Tekel comes in. A few guys will take a seat for California, but yeah, hustle. That's the name of the game, Rachel. Dante Williams at the line. His first shot was good. His second is good as well, 19-16. Lakers have a 3-point lead with 9 left in the first half. Cordell Smith at the top of the point. Hands it off to Isaiah Lewis. To the left to Tekel. Tekel fires it inside to Alexander. Alexander works his way inside, puts a shot up, and that's good for 2. The freshman gets his first 2 points of the game.
He's not afraid of these older Mercyhurst defenders at all.
Absolutely not. He's so filled with talent. It's going to be a bright 4 years for this kid. Over to the right, a 3 ball from Smith. Smith, too short, off the front of the rim. Cordell Smith gets up for the rebound. Fires it to his right. Now Isaiah Lewis at the point, 4-3 off the front of the rim, no good. Isaiah Lewis almost followed up his rebound, but Mercyhurst Lakers get there just before he does.
That was an impressive rebound too from Cordell Smith.
Oh yeah. Williams inside. Dutton tried to draw the charge, but Williams too strong. Gets the 2 points. California down by 3, 21-18. Smith to Lewis. Lewis bounce pass to Dutton. Dutton puts a shot up off the front of the rim. The Lakers get the rebound. Would have been a huge 2 points from Dutton. At the point, Derek Ellis Jr. Over to Williams. There's going to be a whistle blown. Looks like it's going to be something off the ball or a little too much contact on Lorenzo Collier. That's going to be on number 23. Number 24, I'm sorry. It's on Ryan Dutton. That's going to take us into our third media timeout of the half, and we're going to take a look at the team leaders for both these teams. First, California, Rachel.
A lot of seniors on this list. Isaiah Lewis, Cordell Smith, and then you have the junior Jameer Howes. All of these guys are just so key for this Vulcans team. Smith being the one with the most minutes, 32.7, but scoring goes to Jameer Howes with 17 points, and that's kind of expected being the big guy at the bottom. They're going to throw the ball to him a lot, get those easy 2-point shots.
Right, you get those points inside, those grip points, and of course, he'll hit a 3 here and there. Now over to Mercyhurst Lakers side. Collier, you see him leading the scorers, but a lot of guys leading this team.
Oh yeah, there's a different one almost for each category except for Walters. Smith with 8.5 rebounds. Does he have that already tonight? He has been crashing the boards all night. He's been fantastic for them.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Patrick Smith, the 6'5 forward, he loves those rebounds. He loves working inside, getting those in. He can produce a lot just from rebounding,
Yeah, and absolutely. And kick it right back out to your other shooters, get easy, well, not easy, but
right.
3-point shots. I don't think any of these shots are easy when you've got California defenders or Mercyhurst defenders right in your face the whole time.
Both teams coming out of their media timeouts looking to continue on with this first half. 7:29 left 3-point lead from the Lakers, 21-18.
And you said Jameer House will take a three-point shot from time to time, but a 6'7" guy that loves taking three-point shots is Robel Tekel, and he's been hitting them really well.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, he has, I believe, 5 points on the night as well as Jameer House. Lakers working the ball around the perimeter. Collier inside, jumper from Dejon Dent. No good, rebounded by the Vulcans. Cordell Smith at the near elbow. Works the ball to the point, almost broken up. Tekel for three, and that's good. Robel Tekel right on cue with that three.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he almost heard me over here talking about him.
At the point is Ellis, following a big Robel Tekel three to tie this ball game up. Collier seeing pressure in that near corner. Jumper, misses everything. Terry Davis Jr. gets the rebound. Howes can't control that ball. It's a tough pass. He was looking a little ahead of himself. He had no one in front of him. California's just going to regroup. Howes tries to drive the baseline, looking for someone. He has Cordell Smith. Cordell Smith jumps up, grabs it, inside to Howes. Howes almost gets that impressive layup, but no good. The Lakers get the rebound. Ellis drives, no good. There's going to be a foul before, and we'll see who this one is on. It's going to be on number 2, Cordell Smith. That's going to be his first foul of the night.
And listen, he is short, but he can jump. He's the shortest guy on this team at 5'10", but you just saw it right there. You also saw it when he was grabbing the rebound in the more towards the beginning of the first half, but he can jump high.
Right, and like I said, a lot of big heart. There's going to be a foul on the Lakers. It's going to be on number 12, Lorenzo Collier.
And that's who you want to get fouls against. Yep. You want to get their best player on the bench.
California ready to put some more points on the board. 6:05 left in the first half. Philip Alexander backs in, kicks it out to Davis. Inside to Tekel. Tekel puts up a wild shot. No good. Rebounded by the Lakers. House in there to break the ball up. Lakers are going to step out of bounds. Malcolm Walters tried to save that one from taking Collins' head off right next to the right of me. Luckily, he broke that up.
Collins bigger than us. He'll be fine.
Luckily, he broke that up. That ball is coming straight for media row, but he stepped out of bounds in the process. California will take that ball right back. Cordell Smith slowly making his way up to the NCAA logo. Fires it to his right. Alexander drives, passes it to Howes. Howes was not ready for that one. Ellis has a breakaway, shots up, fouled, and one. He'll try to finish off the old-fashioned three-point play. I think that was kind of desperation defense from Cordell Smith. Coming in, he wasn't expecting him to make that shot as well.
And if you need to take it, you've got to take it. That's only his second foul.
Right. And he's usually a disciplined player, so that's not going to really matter later on in the game. Knock on wood. And the shot is up, no good. Settles for only 2 points rather than 3. Terry Davis Jr.
Oh, that was close right there.
That was close. I was just about to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. Terry Davis Jr., not sure what he was doing just before he was crossed there. Gets to Isaiah Lewis. Lewis drives, floater, no good. Off the rim and out. Rebounded by Darian Knowles. Walters at the near elbow. Takes on Isaiah Lewis. Patrick Smith drives in, kicks it out to Ellis. Ellis at the far elbow, circles around. Smith hands it off to Walters. Walters drives, floaters up, no good. Rebounded by Smith, broken away by Tekel. Tekel gets the ball, hands it right off to Isaiah Lewis. Isaiah Lewis looking to put something on the board, trailing by 2 is him and his Vulcans. Terry Davis Jr., far side to Gessner. Gessner for 3. Gessner almost had that one off the back iron and out. Rebounded by Knowles.
And you know he wants that three-pointer,
yes,
especially since he got that other one. Little controversial robbed from him.
You're absolutely right. He's going to be looking to nail another one. Ellis To his right to Smith. Smith, the big man, hits the three from the far elbow. 26-21. Patrick Smith from beyond the arc nailing that one.
Kind of rubbing it in Jordan's face a little bit.
Gessner to his left. Howes at the point. Isaiah Lewis goes to his right, drives in, floaters up, in and out. Jameer Howes almost had that putback dunk, but can't get a hold of it. There's going to be a whistle blown, and it looks like it's going to be on Isaiah Lewis. Maybe someone stepped out of bounds. Either way, both teams will go to their respective benches for our last media timeout of the half. Both teams are going to take a break. We will too, right here on CUTV and the PSAC network.
Dylan, what's wrong, man?
I just don't know how my family back home in Buchanan, West Virginia can watch our stuff up here.
They can follow us on Twitter, or they can like us on Facebook.
That's awesome. What about our sports? How can they watch that?
They could watch it live right on our YouTube channel.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And welcome back into the Convocation Center. A good ball game right now between Mercyhurst and California. Mercyhurst has the lead 26-21, just a 5-point lead, but California really hungry for more points.
Oh yeah, and they're showing that by their three-point shots. They're really hustling. Both teams, it's a very even race. Both teams are really hustling, both of them together.
Yeah, California really trying to produce some explosive offense, and they're going to start it here with Tecco at the point. Isaiah Lewis to Terry Davis Jr. Davis fakes out Knowles, goes to his left. Tecco wanted to shoot, decides to regroup with Isaiah Lewis. Kicks it out to Davis. Davis for three. Davis no good. Rebounded by Mercyhurst. Gessner almost broke that one up as well as Jameer Howes. Ellis over to Ferreira. Now Walters at the point. To his left is Williams. Ferreira circles around to his right to Walters. Walters inside to Williams. Williams goes to his left to Ferreira. Ferreira, his shot's up, but it's going to be called off. There's going to be a foul on Mercyhurst. Not sure who it was on or why the whistle was blown, but California will take away the ball.
Evidently it was a traveling call, Steve.
Traveling for Mercyhurst. Those simple mistakes will get you. California on the attack. They need some points. Down by 5. 3 minutes left in the first half. Isaiah Lewis steps up, shots up, and that's good for 2 points. Closer and closer to coming back to the Lakers. Ellis slowly making his way towards Isaiah Lewis. Goes to his left. Hands the ball off to Walters. Walters at the point. Ferreira. Now Walters, 4-3, nails it, drains that three. He was wide open at the elbow, fires it off, 29-23 in favor of the Lakers.
That was his anything you can do, I can do better move right there.
And you're not kidding. Terry Davis Jr. puts his shoulder down, drives, gets his own rebound, and puts it back for 2. Only down by 4 now is the Vulcans. 2:10 left to play in the first half. Malcolm Walters, 4 points on the night. Lakers circling it around. Derek Ellis goes to his right to Walters. Walters drives in. Ball's broken up by Isaiah Lewis. It's going to bounce up, but they're going to say it's California ball. I think Walters just lost control of it and just went flying out of bounds.
Yeah, Walters was looking for a reaching call, but I don't think there was enough there to get that reaching call made.
I think it was just good hard-nosed defense. 1:50 left in the first half. California on the attack. Gessner inside to House. House fights his way off a defender, puts a shot up, and he's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. That foul is going to be on number 25, Patrick Smith, his second of the night. Howes will step up to this charity stripe and shoot 2.
Philip Alexander is going to be the next sub for California.
Howes, his first shot is up and good. 3-point game, Lakers 29, Vulcans 26. Howes has a chance to cut it to 2 with this next foul shot. His second one is up and it's good. California trails by 2. That's going to be Howes' 4th point of this night. I believe all 4 of them coming off foul shots.
I think that's right, Steve.
Williams working inside in the paint. A 3-ball for Holmes Lightbody. No good. Rebounded by Williams. Williams puts it back for 2, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line. That foul is going to be on number 5, Terry Davis Jr. That's his first of the night. Dante Williams will step to the line to take 1 to complete the and 1. And his one and only shot is good, 32-27. Lakers slowly expanding this lead. Gessner at the point, Terry Davis Jr. Over to Tekel. Tekel fights off a defender. Wants to go left, he finds Isaiah Lewis. Isaiah Lewis drives to the baseline, puts a shot up, and that's going to be good, but he's going to be called for traveling. And you saw just that one too many steps inside the paint.
Yeah, that one was there. The referee saw it. He knew. Good try, Isaiah Lewis, but maybe take another dribble next time. .105 left in the first half, 32-27 in favor of the Lakers. Williams tries to make a move on Tekel, kicks it outside. Walters drives, floater is up, no good. Gessner gets the rebound, and he'll take it himself to control this California offense. To his right is Tekel. Now Howes. Howes circles around to the near elbow. Makes a move, dishes it out to Tekel. Tekel at the far corner goes to Terry Davis Jr. At the point is Howes, makes a move, drives, puts a shot up, no good, gets his own rebound, no good again. Terry Davis Jr. for 3, that's good. Terry Davis Jr. nails it. A 2-point game in favor of the Lakers. A little bit of hot potato there underneath the board.
You're not wrong about that one, and somehow that ball just went right into Terry Davis Jr.'s hands. Wide open 3, and he took advantage. 15 seconds left. Mercyhurst will hold the ball for the last shot of the half, 32-30. Lakers have the lead. Under 10. Now 5. Works the ball over to the left. Pulls for 2. He gets it, and that clock will run out. 34-30 in favor of the Lakers. A wild first half. Fast pace, a lot of action.
Yeah, very close. 2 teams neck and neck right now. There's been a lot of 3-point shooting. Not too many trips to the foul line, surprisingly.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot more of that coming up after the break. 34-30, Mercyhurst takes the lead into halftime over the Vulcans. We have more action after the break here on CUTV and the BSAC Network.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
And we welcome you back into the Convocation Center here on campus of California, University of Pennsylvania. I'm Stephen Ruffing. Once again, alongside of me is Rachel McGregor in Mercyhurst in a close game, 34-30, an explosive first half from both teams. You know, both of them coming out here looking to continue that. And as well, we apologize if you had any trouble during the live stream on PSAC Network. Hopefully we got that situated and worked out. But on to the halftime stats between these two teams. What happened in this first half that Mercyhurst is up 34-30 in a very close game against California?
Well, they're pretty neck and neck in the stats, too. I mean, they're both 3 for 9 on the three-point arc, and they're both there's only a difference of 3 in the shots total for field goals. California taking 30, making 11 of them. Mercyhurst taking 27, making 14. And the rebounds, they're also very similar, only a 1 rebound difference.
And that's very surprising. You know, California, they're really getting up on this Mercyhurst team. They're out-rebounding them. They're out-hustling them. I mean, on all ends, just the points. California looking really solid compared to this pretty good Mercyhurst team. This is a winnable game for California, and if they can just keep hustling and keep putting those points on the board, I think what it comes down to is California needs to stay strong on defense. They held them to 34 in the first half, and I think that's pretty good for this California team.
And like we said earlier in the broadcast, Steve, what Kent McBride wants is to improve on the record from last season, and this is where you start with this is like the home run stretch almost. You've got 4 games left. This is a tough one. You've got a couple more tough ones next. Counting this one, actually, I think it's 5 games left. So this is all California right now. They're not going to make the playoffs, it seems like it.
Right.
But to improve on your record, any sort of improvement for Kent McBride is
good.
Big.
And technically, they're not out of the playoffs yet. There's still a few more games to go. But, you know, anything is an improvement. If they lose, it's going to be looking like they'll be knocked out of the playoffs. But, you know, any improvement is a good improvement for California. They're playing, you know, to finish out strong this season and come back even stronger next season. That's what Coach Kent McBride wants. That's what I think these players are going to give him throughout, you know, the end of this season into the next. Back into the action. Mercyhurst starts off with the ball. Worked around to Walters. Walters goes to his left, ends up in the hands of Coulier. Walters to his right is Ellis. Ellis fires the ball inside to Ferreira. Ferreira at the point. Smith for 3. No good. Off the rim. Out into the hands of Isaiah Lewis. Isaiah Lewis drives, fires it to Howes. Howes. Reverse layup, good for 2 points. A nice play by Howes. Yeah,
it didn't work on the other side of the court, but this time with California's bench right there rooting for him, makes it.
California down by 2, 34-32. Mercyhurst on the attack. 19-15 in the first half, or in the second half. Jump shot, and no good. There's going to be a foul called on number 13. It looked like it was going to be on Edvaldo Ferreira over the back. Kind of holding Robo Tekel from getting that rebound.
Yeah, but on both sides, nobody in foul trouble so far. I think the person with the most fouls for each side only has 2.
There's a lot of people with 2 fouls. Right now on the court, 2 for California and 3 for Mercyhurst. Cordell Smith over to Tekel. Tekel tries to fight off a defender, goes to the near corner to Cordell Smith. Cordell Smith goes behind him into Lewis. Lewis goes over to Howes. Howes drives the baseline. Bounce pass to Tekel. Gessner for 3. Gessner, he nails that one, and that one's not going to get called away.
And that was what he has been looking for the whole game. It's great to see Jordan Gessner get that. That'll really boost his confidence.
You're no doubt about that. A lot of momentum for this California side now. At the point is Coulier. Fires to Ellis. Ellis at the far elbow. He wants to shoot. Has Isaiah Lewis in his face. Ferreira over to Smith. Smith at the point. Hands it off to Coulier. At the point is Walters. Walters shot short off the rim and out. No one touches it, so it's going to be California's ball. Cordell Smith continues the attack for California, up 1, 35-34. A lot of time left to be played. Isaiah Lewis drives, fires it inside to Howes. Mercyhurst keeps it in, gets the ball back. Ellis takes on Gessner. Gessner's going to draw the foul, and Ellis will go to the line to shoot 2. Almost a desperation defensive play by Jordan Gessner.
Yeah, there's not much Jordan really could have done there, so he just kind of had to take the foul.
Ellis only 47.1% from the foul line. He'll be needing these 2 shots. Misses the first one, and we'll see if he can make the second. His second shot is up and no good. 0 for 2 from the foul line on that series. Isaiah Lewis gets the rebound, goes to his right, fires it to Tekel. Tekel over to Gessner. Gessner fakes to his right, goes inside, layup is good. Jordan Gessner is having one heck of a game so far.
There's that confidence right there. That three-point shot just opens so many more doors for Jordan.
Really showing off a lot of skill. Like I said, he was a walk-on freshman last year. Now his sophomore year, he's seen himself starting and getting a lot of minutes. Stolen by Howes. Howes has Lewis to his left, decides to take it himself, and that's in for a layup. That's 2 points for Jameer Howes. And there's going to be a timeout called for Mercyhurst, and this will also count as the media timeout. Rachel, this California team on fire right now. Howes, a huge layup. Gessner putting in some points. Unbelievable right now.
Yeah, and like we said, Jordan Gessner has been that spark. Kent McBride has said that, and he's really proving that right now on the court.
No doubt about that, and we would like to take the time and mention our Facebook page. Give it a like, California University Television. Of course, on Facebook, we put out all of our links, all of our content, a couple Facebook Live videos. You could get anything from there. One of our big things is YouTube, and you can find all of our links and on Facebook, and you can get there from Facebook, of course.
Yeah, not just the basketball games. We have Coach's Show. We have a lot of other stuff, CUTV News Center. Are we still doing What You Think?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Okay, yeah.
We're putting out some stuff, and you can find it all on Facebook. We keep it updated. We keep you informed. Never miss a thing for CUTV. And tomorrow we'll be shooting in the club. We'll have Black Student Union and Men's United on, and you'll be able to find that on Facebook as well.
You're not going to want to miss
on
that.
YouTube. Of course not. It's going to be fun. Both clubs are very excited to be on. I'm excited to have a word with them and get to know a little bit more about these clubs on campus.
And Men's United is new, too, so that'll be a nice introduction.
It'll be interesting,
for them.
absolutely. Now, from studio shoots onto the basketball court, Mercyhurst will inbound this one from their own baseline. 39-34, California comes in to the second half, down 34-30. Is on a 9-0 lead, or a 9-0 run, I'm sorry, against the Lakers. Lakers unable to score in this second half so far, 3 minutes played. Handed off to Ellis. Ellis at the point. Bounce pass to Walters. Walters almost loses it to Cordell Smith. At the point is Coulier. Coulier drives in, and there's going to be a foul called, and the foul's going to be on number, and that one's going to be on number 12, Lorenzo Coulier. It's going to be a charging call. It was Robo Tekel who took the charge. He got up a little slow. He's back on his feet, but took a hard fall.
A little wobbly there, too. And nowadays with concussions, you never know. You have to be really careful about that. Luckily, they have great athletic trainers here.
Absolutely. I mean, Cordell Smith at the point. Bounce pass to Howes. Howes at the far elbow taking on Smith. He's going to go to his right. Drive in. Lay up. No good. Almost loses it. He does. Mercyhurst gets the ball. Malcolm Walters at the far side. Gives to Ellis at the point. Ellis wanted it. Decided against it. Goes over to Coulier. Smith over to Ellis. Ellis drives the point inside. Kicks it out to Coulier for three. And it's good. A huge three-pointer for the Lakers. Only down by 2 now. Cordell Smith at the point. To his left to Lewis. Lewis over to Gessner. Gessner at the point. Back to Lewis. Lewis drives, spins around, kicks it out to Teckle. Teckle over to the corner, Cordell Smith. Cordell Smith with speed, bounce pass to Howes. Howes, jump shot, no good, misses everything into the hands of Dante Williams. Mercyhurst on the attack. Walters regroups with his point man, Derek Ellis Jr. Dante Williams at the far elbow, over to Ellis. 10 to shoot. Coulier at the point. Ellis at the far elbow. Tries to dribble around Cordell Smith, has 5 to shoot. Needs to think of something. He's going to go inside, kicks it out. Walters for 3 at the buzzard, and that's good. A huge 3 at the sound of the shot clock buzzard puts the Lakers up 1 point, 40-39.
2 in a row, 3-pointers now for Mercyhurst.
And Mercyhurst, a team that loves to just drain that clock, utilize every single second of that shot clock, and you saw it firsthand.
Which is surprising for how close these games are.
Right. Jameer Howes inside, drives the baseline, layup, no good. Gets denied by the rim. Walters, 4-3. Could it be 3 in a row? No. Smith gets the rebound. Tries to work the ball to Coulier. He does. For 3, Coulier nails it. Nothing but net. The Lakers are on a hot streak right now.
I think right now what California really needs to do is slow it down. Relax, because they are really, Mercyhurst is on the attack, and they're not slowing down anytime soon. And with how close the game is, it's like you want to slow down, but you also don't. Just slow down, take a minute, collect yourselves, and then drive to the basket.
Yeah, there you go. California takes a timeout. This will give us a chance to look at the PSAC West. Mercyhurst right above California, and California not out of the playoff talk just yet. You know, if they lose, they could possibly be kicked out. So this game is huge in all of the games to come up.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to win this game in order. I'm so used to calling soccer with you, Steve, but they really need to win this game in order to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Yeah, they need to win this game and also win out in order to have some sort of talk about making the playoffs. One game at a time. Every coach likes to, reiterate that. They only one game at a time. They never look ahead, and really that's kind of our job, is to look ahead. What can happen in the future? Of course, this game is so important, and then you look along in the future. So it's all depends on this game here. Lakers up 43-39. Vulcans need to win this game.
Well, don't think that Kent McBride isn't taking a little peek at that schedule, too.
Right.
And whenever I talked to him, he had a hard time just trying to talk about, when I talked to him, it was before the Gannon game, about Gannon, about Mercyhurst. He wanted to talk about IUP because he knows how significant that game is.
Right.
But like you just said, what California needs to do is take it one game at a time, and it starts right here, coming back. They're down 4 points right now, coming back and having a spark.
Right.
And Jordan Gessner is that spark. Maybe he can provide it.
Maybe Jordan Gessner, maybe Howes. A lot of guys on this team could provide a spark, and it takes one player, and then for a team to come together, California could really, really do some damage. Terry Davis Jr. takes the point. Takes on Derek Ellis. Now Howes at the point, goes to Isaiah Lewis. Isaiah Lewis tries to drive. Ball gets popped out. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Mercyhurst's ball. Mercyhurst takes over. Derek Ellis Jr. at the point takes on Isaiah Lewis. To his right is Ferreira. Now worked all the way to the opposite side to Williams. At the point is Ferreira. Ferreira fakes his pass to his right, goes to his left, has Ellis. Ellis at the point takes on Lewis. Working the ball around the perimeter. 5 seconds to shoot. Ferreira to Walters. Walters for 3. Again at the buzzard. Off the back iron and out. Gessner gets the rebound. Gessner with speed. Over to Howes at the near elbow. Isaiah Lewis working the ball all around to Terry Davis Jr. Kicks it out to Gessner. Gessner drives in. It's going to be fouled. This foul's going to be on number 4. Derek Ellis Jr. This one's going to be inbounded right next to us. Isaiah Lewis will fire the ball in to Robo Teckle. Jordan Gessner takes the point to his right to Davis. Davis calmly gives it right back to Gessner. Gessner at the far elbow, under 10 to shoot. Inside, Terry Davis Jr. loses the ball. Mercyhurst, time for their attack.
That was a great look from Jordan Gessner right there, too.
Now Terry Davis Jr. gets the ball back. A big scrum going on in Mercyhurst's side of the court. There's going to be a whistle blown. This one's going to be on number 13, Edvaldo Ferreira for the Lakers. Isaiah Lewis calling for someone to receive the ball. Tecco is the man. Isaiah Lewis with 25 to shoot. Has Gessner. Gessner at the point. Gives it off to Terry Davis Jr. Terry Davis Jr. goes to his left, drives the baseline. It's going to be forced out of bounds, and that's yet another turnover by the Vulcans. That's 3 in a row, and if you're looking to attack, you can't do those. Silly mistakes can hurt you.
Yeah, especially when you're only down by 4 points. It's not like there's a large margin. Two-point shots, a three-pointer, a two-pointer, you know, you're right back in this.
Absolutely. I mean, the game's never over. 43-39, a 4-point game with a lot of time left. 12:30 left. 15 to shoot for Mercyhurst. Smith for another 3 at the point, off the back iron and out. Rebounded by Walters. Another 3 for Mercyhurst. This one's no good as well. Isaiah Lewis gets the rebound for the Vulcans. With speed, Isaiah Lewis rushes down the court. Isaiah Lewis drives, wants to kick the ball out, he does. Terry Davis Jr. fakes his 3, jumper blocked by Smith. On the attack is Coulier, takes on Gessner, puts a shot up and that's good. Beats Gessner and Terry Davis Jr. for the 2 points. Isaiah Lewis patiently waiting for his Vulcans to get back on the board. Fires it to the far corner. Gessner at the point to Isaiah Lewis for 3, no good. Mercyhurst gets the rebound. A lot of people screaming for California to get the rebound.
And that's something that they need to do. That's something that Kent McBride is on the sidelines just preaching. Even Coach Luka Andrusic, they're all preaching to crash the boards.
Smith goes in for the layup, and there's going to be a jump ball called. Possession is going to be in favor of California. This will take us to our second media timeout of the second half. More action right after the break right here on CUTV and the PSAC Network.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Coming back from the break, California down 6. Mercyhurst 45, California 39. Still, the action is nonstop, Rachel. Explosive plays coming from California, coming from Mercyhurst. This is going to be a wild finish.
And it's so physical, Steve. That's exactly what you want in PSAC basketball. Any basketball at that. It's so physical. There's a lot of not too many fouls. Mercyhurst only has 4 team fouls. Yep. California only has 1 team foul. So it's physical, but it's not over the top.
You know, it's a fun game. You know, a lot of defense. Really, it's a low-scoring game. 45-39. 11:25 left to play. Or, I'm sorry, 11:15 left to play. I mean, it's just nonstop. You told me during the break, you don't want this game to end. That's exactly how it is. I mean, this is just nonstop action. Gessner at the point over to Alexander, given up by the Vulcans. Mercyhurst gets the ball right back.
It's just good, classic basketball.
Absolutely.
Good defensive basketball.
Mercyhurst on the attack. Honus light body, making his way into the game. Coulier at the point, almost gives it up. Smith picks it up. Walters over to Patrick Smith. Under 10 to shoot. At the point is Williams. Williams works the ball to his right. Coulier, his shot is off. Rebounded by the Lakers. Now California has it. Almost broken up. Alexander picks it up for the Vulcans. That one almost went out of bounds. Tackle has Smith right in his face. Decides to go to Alexander. Right back to Howes. Howes to the far side of Gessner. Gessner wanted the shot. Now Howes fakes his shot. Has an open three. And off the rim and out. That looked good. Howes had that open shot, a nice fake shot, makes the man jump, makes the man bite. He goes flying to the moon, and Howes has that open shot, just missed it.
And I don't think many will understand how important that little dribble he did there was, too. You have to set yourself. And even though he didn't make it, he hit the rim. It was really close.
I mean, from our vantage point, that shot looked good.
Yeah.
It was just a little short, just maybe a little more arc on that. That was good. Terry Davis Jr. Davis drives, puts a shot up off the backboard, off the rim and out. Rebounded by the Lakers. California needs to get these shots to fall. Under 10 left to play. Smith to the right side to Ellis. Back to Smith. Smith at the far elbow, hands it off to Holness Lightbody. Mercyhurst still on the attack. Ellis works his way around Davis. Puts a shot up, no good. Rebounded by the Vulcans. Tekel with the rebound. Terry Davis Jr. to Tekel. Tekel for three at the point. That's good. Nothing but net. Drains it out of nowhere. Tekel with an unbelievable shot. Vulcans down by three.
Cordell Smith, those are the guys you want to see take your three-pointers right there.
And Tekel, we've seen in the past, just force that three. Now, he's picking and choosing his shots as Mercyhurst makes her way back on the board for two. Picking and choosing his shots now in this game, not forcing anything, and that's what Tekel needs.
And he's talking so much. He's the one out there that's doing all the talking. He just gave Jordan Gessner some defensive tips. He's a big leader for this team.
Eric Green bodies his way inside, but there's going to be a foul called. It's going to be on number 25, Patrick Smith.
And when it comes to that sort of vocal presence on the court, Steve, Kent McBride told me the other day that's something he wants to see Cordell Smith, who's going to be subbing in, do more. Cordell's very quiet. He said that's not really his style. He said they've talked about it, but it's something that you would expect from a four-year senior. And hopefully, and you have heard, and we've heard him a good bit in this game, but he needs to definitely be louder.
Be more vocal, of course. He wants to be that captain on the court. And Cordell Smith, the senior, he's going to be, we're going to miss him next year. Eric Green, his first shot was good. This one rims in and out.
There's a lid on that hoop, Steve.
But I'll take 1 for 2 from Eric Green any day of the week. Under 10 left in this first half, in this second half, the rest of this ball game. Mercyhurst back on the attack, looking to expand this lead. California down by 4, 47-43. 5 to shoot for the Lakers. Coulier puts a shot up. He wanted to draw that foul, but it misses everything. Tekel gets the rebound. Cordell Smith back on the attack. Tekel at the point, goes to Alexander. To Tekel. Tekel for 3. Tekel almost had that one. Eric Green with the rebound. Put back layup for 2. And this crowd's going to go crazy because that man is electric. Anytime he gets the ball, these fans go crazy.
And that's what you want from crashing the boards. I think he was all the way out in the red paint over there. He went in fully to get that rebound.
And I love it. I love when he comes in, gives you just a couple seconds, maybe a couple minutes of his time, and just electrifies this place. 45-47, California down by 2. 5 to shoot, and there's going to be a foul called on Cordell Smith.
And Eric Green is a lot like Jordan Gessner, especially Jordan earlier in the season. He's not getting as many minutes, but when he comes in there, he gives it his all. He just, like you said, electrifying is the perfect word to describe Eric Green.
It really is. I mean, anytime this guy, anytime the ball is in his hands, these fans go crazy. And getting that rebound and that putback layup, I mean, that was huge. And now, Rachel, we've been teasing it all night. Coming up We're going to be at IUP February 17th. That's going to be on Saturday. It's going to be a 5:30 and 7:30 game as well. That's huge for the women. And if California can win this game, that's even bigger for them. Then after that, February 21st, Seton Hill, it's going to be Hawaiian night. I fully expect to see you in your best Hawaiian shirt. And February 24th, after that, is Clarion. That's going to be 90s night. Again, I expect to see the baggiest of clothes, a lot of denim, you know. I expect all of that out of you.
Okay, well, I have the 90s night outfit figured out, but I think I need to go shopping for the Hawaiian shirt. I think Jim Carter would be proud of Hawaiian
absolutely,
shirts.
And you go to the thrift store, you can buy them for $1. There you go.
Absolutely.
And if you have one, you can even borrow one of mine. I wouldn't mind.
We'd probably wear about the same size,
yeah,
Steve.
I think so. I do have the fair amount of Hawaiian shirts, so fully expect me to participate in Hawaiian night, and I will try my best. I will try my best on 90s night to really throw it out. I have something worked up. I have a nice wool suit jacket to bust out that my own father rocked, you know, in the 80s and 90s. So,
I'm going to have to talk to my mom and my dad, who are actually watching.
Yeah.
I had to give them a little
give
shout
them a little shout out.
Because
your first time on basketball, absolutely.
Yes, Sunday was my dad's birthday, so I have to give him a little shout out. And so, hi, guys.
Rachel's doing a fantastic job. Back into the action, a close game. Vulcan's down by 2, 7:30 left to play. 10 seconds to shoot for Mercyhurst. Walters drives. A nice windmill layup puts the Lakers up by 4, 49-45. Cordell Smith at the far elbow works it around. Into the near corner is Howes. Howes slows things down, goes to Alexander at the point. Eric Green, he's going to drive. He loses it. And now Mercyhurst with speed down the court. Cordell Smith playing some great defense. Ellis over to Walters. Inside is Ferreira. Now Honus Lightbody over to Walters. Walters at the near elbow. 15 to shoot. 6:50 left in the game. Ferreira inside to Patrick Smith. Smith loses the ball, but there's going to be a foul called. That would have been huge for California.
When it comes to passing, Mercyhurst is such a good technical passing team. You see them taking these wild one-handed throws all the way across the court, but they are just on point.
You're right. I mean, you're absolutely right. They love to work that ball around, you know, drain this clock, drain as much time off as possible. .6:45 left, under 20 to shoot for Mercyhurst. Derek Ellis Jr. takes on Gessner, fires it over to Walters. Walters jumps up and nails that three. 52-45 after that Walters three. Bounce pass to Howes. Howes inside to Cordell Smith. Cordell Smith puts a shot up. It's blocked. The bench is screaming for goaltending, but that one was close. Derek Ellis Jr. over to Walters. Walters to Patrick Smith. Patrick Smith at the point. Ellis with only 4 points works it over to Smith. Smith hands it over to Walters. Walters has 16 points, looking to add. Nothing. Rebounded by Mercyhurst. Now Gessner takes it away.
Good on Jordan for just holding it there and not just taking off, waiting for Cordell Smith.
Handing that one off to his veteran player, Jameer Howes. 5:45. Gessner thought about shooting, drives. His layup is no good. Mercyhurst on the attack. 5:35 left to play in this one. A close game still, 52-45. Lakers have that slim lead. And California could turn this thing around in the blink of an eye, so don't go anywhere. Walters, bounce pass to Ferreira. Ferreira trying to body Robotech with stuff to do. Derek Ellis Jr. is going to try to drive, but there's going to be a 3-second violation on Mercyhurst, so California will take this one away. And that might be the little bounce that California needed.
Yeah, and you haven't really seen a few 3-second calls made much, honestly.
We saw one in the women's game.
Yeah.
And it is very rare. It's very rare to see. Got to be aware of what's going on and where you're at on the court. Tries to work inside to Howes. Howes can't get a hold of it. Broken up, and Mercyhurst is back on the attack. Under 5 left to play.
3-second calls happen more in the 7th and 8th grade league that
Yeah.
I coach more than they do in college, which is crazy.
Shots up, no good. Jordan Gessner gets the rebound. Lewis somehow does not get called for a traveling call. Picks up his own ball. Puts a shot up. And he might have bobbled that ball when he was driving through. Mercyhurst, the whole bench was calling for that one.
I think Isaiah just let out a huge sigh of relief.
A big steal from Howes, takes it away, slams it home. And there's the motivation. The crowd is making their noise, making sure everyone knows they're here. And that's going to take us into our 4th and final media timeout. Both teams going to take a break. We're going to take a break as well. I believe this is the final media timeout. It is. So we'll see more action right after this break here on CUTV and the PSAC network.
Dylan, what's wrong, man?
I just don't know how my family back home in Buchanan, West Virginia can watch our stuff up here.
They can follow us on Twitter or they can like us on Facebook.
That's awesome. What about our sports? How can they watch that?
They could watch it live right on our YouTube channel.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
And welcome back into the Convocation Center. If you're just joining us, we have a close one, 52-49. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in this game. Rachel, we've had an explosive game, and we're going to have an explosive finish. This one is going to be wild. You got to strap in and stay because this one is going to be a fantastic finish.
If that Jameer House slam dunk didn't just prove that, then I honestly don't know what does. That was fantastic from him.
And, you know, the California, the Cardiac kids, I mean, just never taking a day off, always just leaving you on the edge of your seat. And it seems to me they're going to do the same here. Mercyhurst on the attack. Derek Ellis Jr. Bounce pass to Dante Williams. Hands it off to Honus Lightbody. At the point, of course, Mercyhurst slowing this thing down. Under 15 to shoot, 4 minutes left to play. Williams to his left. Honus Lightbody gets the ball. And it's going to be a jump ball. Jordan Gessner getting both hands on that ball, forcing the ref to call a jump ball. Mercyhurst will keep it, but only 6 seconds to shoot. Toss it all the way out to Walters. Walters fakes a shot, drives, floaters up, no good. What's the call here? And it looks like it's going to be a blocking foul on Jameer Howes. That's going to send Malcolm Walters to the line to shoot one. But he's going to shoot two. That wasn't a blocking foul. It was a shooting foul. Malcolm Walters shooting 74.1% so far this season. His first is no good. That could be big. Score remains 52-49. His second is up and no good. California gets the rebound. That is huge, Rachel.
Absolutely, Steve. Still a one-possession game right now.
Isaiah Lewis circles around. Terry Davis Jr. drives. Gessner for three. This could be huge. Oh, California gets the rebound. Isaiah Lewis drives. Off the backboard and in. California only down one now. 3:30 left to play in the second half. Boy, how big would have that Gessner three-pointer been? I think this place would have exploded. Derek Ellis Jr. goes to his right, drives, loses the ball, and they're going to say that Terry Davis Jr. got a hand on it, and Mercyhurst will keep this. 14 to shoot, 3:15 left to play.
It's a nail-biter, Steve.
I'll tell you what. A nail biter is an understatement because this one is just unbelievable. I'm losing breath trying to keep up with the action. 10 seconds to shoot for Mercyhurst. Derek Ellis Jr. goes to his left. Patrick Smith has 5 to shoot. Outside to Hornets Lightbody with a shot at the buzzer. Good. A big 2 points for the Lakers in the final seconds of that shot clock.
Yeah, and if I'm Mercyhurst, that's who I want to give the ball to. Lorenzo Collier. He's a fantastic shooter.
Inside to Howes. Howes, that ball is broken up. And Collier is going to drive. There's going to be a foul called. That one's going to be on number 10, Jordan Gessner.
That's a good foul, though, Steve. You're not sending Mercyhurst to the line. Even Kent McBride on the sideline over there was applauding that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those that you have
Slow
to take.
it down. Yep, slow it down. Slow that momentum down for Mercyhurst.
And that's only Jordan's second foul.
Derek Ellis Jr. bounce pass to Patrick Smith. And there you go. What a smart. Now that foul is looking a lot smarter as that goes. That foul aged very well. As Mercyhurst lost possession of the ball and it went out of bounds, and California will take over possession. And the refs are going to be calling to reset that that shot clock. Saw a lot of problems in the women's game with the shot clock. Isaiah Lewis drives, shots up, and that's good. Off the backboard and in for 2 points. California trails by 1, 2:20 left. We are in for a dramatic finish here in the Convocation Center, one of many. Hand it off to Collier. Collier circles back around to the point. Derek Ellis Jr. takes control. Tosses it over to Walters. Walters under 10 to shoot. Tries crossing Terry Davis Jr. up. Shot from the point. A 3. No good. Jameer Howes gets the rebound. California on the attack. It's Isaiah Lewis with speed. Rushes in. Foul and one.
And one.
My goodness gracious. Isaiah Lewis is telling this crowd to get loud, get crazy, because California has the lead.
And he is just eating it up right now. He has been playing fantastic ever since the start of the second half, Steve. He has been on top of his game. You can just tell that this young man is ready to get this place, the roof blown off this place.
He is just feeding off of this right now. His one and only shot to finish three-point play. He does. California with a 2-point lead, 56-54, 1:45 left to play. The crowd is coming alive. Collier goes to his right. Now Collier with a 3. No good off the back iron. Almost rebounded by Gessner. New shot clock. Collier gets it. Drives the baseline. Swarmed by Vulcans. Ellis resets things. A minute 20 left to play. Ellis goes to his left. To Ferreira. To Walters. Walters. His jumper is up and good. We have a tie ball game. 1:10 left to play. (56-56), a minute 10 left to play. California has the ball. Isaiah Lewis tries to drive, and there's going to be a charging foul called. This one's going to be on Isaiah Lewis. Malcolm Walters is the one that set his feet and drew the charge.
Still only Isaiah Lewis's second foul, though.
Very impressive how disciplined these two teams have been.
Excuse me, Steve, I meant third foul. They just changed it right up on the board there. Still,
either way, yeah, this late in the game.
It's not bad.
Yep. 1 minute left. And what is Mercyhurst going to do? Run the clock out, we'll see. Ferreira drives, bounce pass outside to Walters. Inside to Ellis. Ellis inside, Ferreira. That shot is up and in, circled around the rim. And boy, that was such a dramatic shot. It spun around the hoop 3 or 4 times before it finally went in. And that just about sums up that game. California takes that timeout. They'll retain possession, 42.5 left to play. Jeez, OP. I mean, this is just unbelievable, and what a time to tease Twitter with so much going on. Such a dramatic game. Follow us on Twitter at CUTV_PA. It's not as exciting as this game, but we do put a lot out there. Follow everything that we do. Don't miss a thing that CUTV puts out.
Best part about our Twitter is our group selfies at the end of any sports shoot. Those are so much fun. I love that Gary implemented that. Gary Smith, our director, have to give him a shout out, and our whole crew tonight. They are just fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. We have the best crew. We can't thank them enough. You know, everyone on camera, everyone in the truck. Gary Smith, our director. Anthony, I believe, directing the game tonight. So, I mean, just we really have the best crew.
I have the best editorial staff in the PSAC. Well, we have the best CUTV staff and the best TV staff in the PSAC.
Absolutely. This game is underway. 43.5 seconds. Rachel, you're coaching, the youngsters. You're coaching the youngsters. What do you do in this situation?
I say go for the 2-point shots.
Right.
I would not go for the 3-point shots because
until you absolutely have to.
Absolutely. If you are in the back and it bounces back and it goes all the way back and a Mercyhurst player grabs it, they are on their own in the attack.
Isaiah Lewis takes control for California. We've seen him make clutch shots in the past. And there's going to be a foul called on number 11, Dante Williams. I'm sorry, that's going to be on number 13, Edvaldo Ferreira.
And we're in 1-1 now, Steve. How dramatic is this?
Uh-huh. No kidding. Isaiah Lewis needs to make this first shot. His first shot is up and no good. Mercyhurst gets the rebound. And it's going to be a foul. I believe it's going to be on Robel Tekel. It is. And that's good. Robel Tekel that's only his first foul.
That might be the first time you've ever said that all season, that Robel Tekel late in the second half has only had one foul.
Yeah.
And now we're at 1-1 for Mercyhurst, too. Oh, my gosh.
Unbelievable. And this is huge. And this is where it could be huge. Edvaldo Ferreira shooting 66.7%. It's getting loud. It's getting crazy. Everyone's on their feet. First shot is up. No good off the front rim. Ferreira, it bounces right back to him. What a good bounce that was. And you're going to be fouling Lorenzo Collier, one of your best shooters, 70.5% from the free throw line so far this season. Collier, 28.6 seconds left. He'll step to the line, shooting a 1-for-1.
Isaiah Lewis just came out in that exchange for Cordell Smith.
And that could be huge because Cordell Smith can hit some clutch three-pointers. Same with Isaiah Lewis. Collier's first shot is good. He'll have a chance for a second.
And if he misses this shot now, Steve, you have to take that 3-point shot. I'd say give it to Cordell Smith.
Absolutely.
I know Robel Tekel has been sinking the other night, but I would give it to Cordell.
And the second shot is good. California down by 4 now. Cordell Smith picks it up. Needs to do something, drives, goes to his left, shots up, no good. Howells is there to get the rebound, but he's going to be fouled, and he will go to the line. If he could have got an and one on that one, Rachel, the roof of the Convocation Center would just blow straight to the moon.
And that's not good because it's raining. But great, fantastic hustle from Cordell Smith. Not what I expected him to do. I thought he was going to pull back and go for that 3-point shot, but still, fantastic hustle. And Jameer Howes right there for that rebound. Shooting foul, so we're doing 2 shots now instead of just the 1-and-1.
Jameer Howes readies his first shot, 23 seconds left in the game. California down by 4. This first shot is good. These are much needed foul shots. Howes is shooting 69.1% from the foul line this season. His second shot is up and that's good. A 2-point lead for Mercyhurst. I mean, this one's going to come down to the wire. And do you expect anything else from the PSAC West, Rachel? I mean, It's been an absolute wild conference.
And putting Isaiah Lewis back in is perfect because he's so good at getting steals.
And there's some a discrepancy going on. There was a man from Mercyhurst, Lorenzo Collier, down the court, and California unaware of that. Now the refs regroup, and now California has to foul. They do. They're going to foul number 4, Derek Ellis Jr., who's shooting 47.1%. We saw him on the hot seat at the foul line before. We'll see. These are much needed. He has been pretty clutch this game, so who knows, maybe he can make these shots. 20.3 seconds left. The crowd's going crazy. Everyone on their feet, making noise. The shot's up, no good. California gets the rebound. It's Isaiah Lewis. 15 left on the clock. He's going to be fouled, and that is a smart foul.
Absolutely. And now, if he sinks one, 1 point game. Misses both of them, still 2 point. Makes both of them, it's a tied game. There's so many different scenarios, Steve. It's absolutely crazy. But like you just said, what would you expect from the PSAC
right.
West?
I mean, that is a smart foul rate. I mean, I can't get over that. Isaiah Lewis at the line. His first shot is no good. Mercyhurst gets the rebound, and they're going to foul Ferreira.
And this is the type of game that you expect to see from two teams that are still in that hunt for the playoffs.
Right. Doing anything they can, scratching and crawling their way up the standings. And, you know, you said it the best. Now, Mercyhurst in the double bonus, 13.3 seconds left. Ferreira needs to make both these shots. His first one is no good.
Kent McBride throwing Cordell Smith right back in there, surprisingly for Jordan Gessner, though.
You know, get Isaiah Lewis, Cordell Smith, guys that have been in this situation before. You saw Isaiah Lewis over Christmas break hit a buzzer beater in overtime. You saw Cordell Smith do it. Second shot is no good. Howes gets the rebound. Isaiah Lewis, the man with the ball, drives. His shot's up, no good. Mercyhurst gets the rebound. Are you kidding me? Isaiah Lewis drove right through and missed that layup.
And look at Kent McBride, Steve. He just cannot believe it. He just had his head down. He is just in utter shock. Kent McBride, just no words right now.
Isaiah Lewis with his head down. Can't believe it. Coach Kent McBride can't believe what he saw either, but this game isn't over. Walters, his first shot is good.
Despite that missed layup, Isaiah Lewis had a heck of a game, though,
One
Steve.
heck of a game, absolutely. 13 points so far tonight. Second shot is up and no good. And this one isn't over. Terry Davis Jr. goes down the court. Three's up. And that's good!
It's good!
We're going to overtime, baby. Terry Davis Jr. ties this one at the buzzer. This place is going wild.
It is. I don't even know what to say. Oh, there's a little bit of a skirmish here. These fans need to get off the court.
A lot of stuff going on. A little discrepancy, some skirmish going on between the Mercyhurst players and the California players. Fans are on the court. Things need to be settled down. I mean, you could feel the tension with Mercyhurst. You'd have to. A buzzer beater to send this one in overtime.
And Steve, this is something that security is not going to take lightly.
Right.
Think about that last week at high school basketball,
Yep.
Monessen and Clareton, there was a huge fight. Recently, the WPIL just gave both sides a 5-year probation. This is something that the police staff here at California University are not taking lightly. They just told all the fans, get back on the sidelines. I don't think they realize that it's not over. We're going to overtime here. But let's forget about that, and let's talk about that shot from Terry Davis. Out of all the people to take that, this is somebody that Kent McBride has said not 100% healthy. He's surprised he's playing, all of this stuff. And for him to come up so big like that, a senior, is just remarkable. And he's the transfer guy, too.
Yeah.
Now that we're late in the season, it's really not that big of a deal because
Right.
he's had time, but still. And if they win this, Steve, they're still in contention for the playoffs. This is make or break.
It is, and you know what, California, this is all survival instincts right now. They're almost out of it, and they are just scratching and crawling to stay in this one, and that's exactly what they did. Terry Davis Jr. put the team on his shoulders, nails that shot, sends us to overtime. California has a lot of momentum going into overtime. I mean, I am just blown away at what happened. You know, Isaiah Lewis thought it was over because he missed that shot. You know, it's never over. Mercyhurst goes to the line, shoots 2, makes the first one, misses the second. Terry Davis Jr. comes there, stuns Mercyhurst, and just gets everybody in this place off their feet.
And we said we didn't want the game to end, Steve. We got our wish.
We got our wish. Howes wins the tip-off. Robotekel, it's in his hands. You are getting some free basketball, everybody. Terry Davis Jr. for the Vulcans.
They need to stay calm, too. Yep. I get that the atmosphere is crazy.
Terry Davis Jr. sinks his shot. This play's still going crazy. He's the man with the hot hand. Mercyhurst on the attack, trying to stop this momentum for California. Derek Ellis Jr. fires it to Smith. Smith hands it off to Coulier. Coulier, jumpers blocked into the hands of Smith. Smith, his shot's blocked. And this is a scrum on the ground. It's going to be California's ball. Unbelievable hard work from the California Vulcans to block not 1, not 2, but 3 shots, and finally getting away with that ball.
But at what cost, though? You see Jameer Howes over here clinging on to his knee. Looked like he was clinging on to his left knee there, but he's running down the court. He seems fine, but man, you really have to be careful because, like we said, if you win, you're still in that playoff contention, and Jameer Howes is someone that you desperately need.
And what an atmosphere it is right now. I see people standing, smiling, on their feet. They're having a blast. You know, it's something to cheer for, something the fans really didn't have the opportunities as much in the season. Isaiah Lewis puts the work on a player in front of him. He's fouled. He'll go to the foul line, almost an and one. Isaiah Lewis putting the work in on Derek Ellis Jr., finally taking his shot, getting fouled.
And Mercyhurst's coach over there, he is furious right now. He thinks that ball was tipped, but I have to go with the referees on this one. I think they made a really good call there.
Isaiah Lewis, his first shot is good. He needed that one. Boy, was he nervous about that one. He's just a big sign of relief coming from Isaiah Lewis. He's going to ready his second shot. It's good. Isaiah Lewis, that's what he needed. That's what he needed to get his head back into this game.
Yeah, get that confidence up. Exactly. 4-point game now, Steve.
Derek Ellis Jr. works his way to Ferreira. Ferreira hands his ball off to Walters. Walters swarmed by Cordell Smith and the Vulcans. Ellis tosses it to Smith. Smith has nowhere to go. Hands it off to Coulier. Coulier under 10 to shoot. Drives, loses the ball. Cordell Smith picks it up. And Cordell Smith tells his team and tells everybody to just relax. There's still more than enough time in this game. 3:30 left in overtime.
And that's exactly what you want from your senior leader.
Yep.
He doesn't need words. He just needs action.
Isaiah Lewis, jumper for 2. Oh, that looked good off the back iron and out.
They can't let up on not crashing the boards, though. That's been a problem the whole season for them. They have to keep crashing the boards.
Alex Smith at the point. Works it to Ellis. Ellis takes on Lewis. Back to Smith. Smith for 3. No good off the back iron. Smith has been hot. California gets the rebound.
Terry Davis says to Cordell Smith, nah, I got it. Don't worry, go back.
And who can blame Terry Davis Jr.? There's going to be a timeout called by California, I believe. Yep, it's going to be a timeout for California. But California, they need to pull a Mercyhurst-esque kind of style of play and just run this clock. Run and maybe get a shot off at that last second of the shot clock and just drain this clock. Drain Mercyhurst. Make them run all over the place. Beat them at their own game.
Yeah, and you know that's exactly what Coach Kent McBride, Coach Caldwell, Coach Post, that's exactly, even Coach Luca, that's exactly what they're all talking about right there. And speaking of Luca, something that I wanted to point out, Steve, is that even though he's not on the court right now, Kent McBride told me, Luca can coach this team.
Yep.
He straight up said, if he's telling him something, he does not second guess it. He goes into the huddle and tells them exactly what Luka said, because he's a nice bridge between, okay, he's also a player, but he's injured, and now he's like a coach.
He really is. I mean, we've talked about that before, and it's funny you bring that up. I mean, you're not involved with our broadcast, that we, being the announcer, this is your first time on a broadcast, and we have said that before. Luka is like a coach now, and this team has to love it because it gives such a different input and such a different look on what's going on in the game, and it's a nice break from Coach Kent McBride to Luka and Juicing. It really is. It's something special, and Luka will do anything to be back on the court, but right now he's just filling in a position that he thinks needs to be done.
Yeah, that's exactly what Kent McBride said. He said, listen, I love Luka as a coach. I'd rather much have him in a jersey.
Robo tackle will be inbounding. Goes to Terry Davis Jr.
It's weird to see Cordell Smith kind of in a forward position there for a minute.
Howells at the point, hands it off to Isaiah Lewis. Back to Terry Davis Jr. Terry Davis Jr. shots up, no good. Mercyhurst gets the ball. Mercyhurst needs to respond. Down by 4, 2:30 left in overtime. People are on their feet. This play's getting loud. A defense chant erupts from behind me. A shot by Walters. Has a man in his face. Way off the backboard. Broken up by California. No reset of the shot clock. Another shot's up. No good. Mercyhurst inside. Blocked by Robo tackle, but it's going to be a foul. And Ferreira will go to the line.
He has to be careful now. We went from saying Robel Tekel had only one foul late in the second half.
4.
Now he has 4.
Ferreira, his first shot is no good. The pressure is getting to him.
That's a perfect summary of how this game is going.
Absolutely.
Steve. In the hoop, right back out.
Ferreira's second shot is good. Now a 3-point game, 2:11 left to play in overtime. Isaiah Lewis over to Cordell Smith. Smith inside to Lewis. Lewis, his shot is up. Howells almost gets the rebound. It looked like Lewis tried to force that one. Now Mercyhurst is on the attack. Under 2 minutes left to play. Ellis at the point. As Robo Tekel in front of his face. Goes to his left to Walters. Walters for 3. Too short. Mercyhurst gets the rebound back in the hands of Walters. Walters can't seem to find his shot. Ferreira at the far elbow. Collier has Cordell Smith to beat. Ellis in front of Robo Tekel. Puts a shot up. No good. This one's going to go out on Mercyhurst. This is going to be California ball.
That is a huge call right there, Steve. Huge sigh of relief also for the Vulcans, but now they have to capitalize on it. If I'm Coach McBride, I'm still going for these 2-point shots.
Yep.
Keep it safe. Don't be sorry.
Run that clock out and try to drive. Cordell Smith takes control over to Terry Davis Jr. 1:10 left. Howells inside takes on Ferreira. All the way over to Cordell Smith for 3. This could be huge. Good, and 1. Cordell Smith in the face of Mercyhurst nails the 3, and he's going to go to the line for 1.
And if you are taking those 3-point shots, who else would you rather have take that, Steve? You want Cordell Smith taking those 3-point shots. I trust him with the basketball. Heck, if he's shooting from across the halfway mark any day of the week. That was a fantastic shot. I don't know what Mercyhurst was thinking fouling there, though.
Well, they came in a little headstrong. They came with speed, but Cordell was in Cordell's corner. He will nail that. He will make you pay. Contact draws. He's going to go to the line, try to finish a 4-point play, and he does.
So composed on the line there, Steve. No nerves whatsoever.
A 7-point game, 69-62. California just needs to play confident. They need to play relaxed. Shot, 3 for Walters, no good, off the back iron. Almost rebounded by Terry Davis Jr. Mercyhurst gets the ball back. Honus, light body, shots up, no good. And there's going to be a foul called. This one is going to be on Jameer Howells. A lot happened in that situation. A sub will be coming in. It's going to be Isaiah Lewis will come in for Roboteco. Roboteco just fouled out. He is not happy about that.
That is huge for the Vulcans right now. He's got height, he's got strength, and he can also hit those three-pointers.
The first shot for Derek Ellis Jr. One of his, possibly his first foul shot made this game in a critical time. His second is up, and that's good as well. A 5-point game. Bounce pass to Isaiah Lewis. Isaiah Lewis keeps control of it, gives it up. Mercyhurst on the attack. Now they get a quick 2 points. A 3-point game. Isaiah Lewis tries to do it all himself. Goes to Cordell Smith. Cordell Smith going down the court with speed. Isaiah Lewis is going to be fouled, and Isaiah Lewis will go to the foul line.
Honestly, that's what the Vulcans needed, because they need to not necessarily slow down, but they needed to just be relaxed.
Right.
And now they have the time to get relaxed. And Isaiah Lewis has been pretty darn good on the foul line tonight, in general.
69-66, a 3-point game. A little under 30 seconds left to play, 29.6.
And look who's given direction on the sideline, Steve.
Yep.
Look who, we were just talking about it, Luka.
Luka and Jusic always there. Isaiah Lewis's first shot is good. Isaiah Lewis looking to extend the lead with his second foul shot. It's up, and it's good. He is stone cold calm at the foul line. This is one for the record book, folks. 71-66 in favor of the Vulcans. Vulcans need to play calm. No fouls. Cordell Smith almost breaks this one up, but Howes is going to break it up, and it's going to be Mercyhurst ball. 22.7 seconds left. California playing strong defense. A timeout called by Mercyhurst. This is just a wild, wild finish.
Arguably, Steve, I think if California wins this game, I think this might just be the best game played under Kent McBride.
And
honestly.
how is it for your first basketball, Rachel? It's probably one to remember.
This is so much fun. I never want to leave this headset ever, Steve. It's a lot different because last time I called with you, it was soccer. This is the atmosphere is so much more different. It is just so exciting. I love this. I really appreciate, shout out to Gary for giving me the opportunity to do this. And I'm lucky I get to sit here and do it with you.
Absolutely. I mean, every single time you're behind the mic, it's with me. I mean, it's been so much fun. It's great to have you. You've done a fantastic job.
As of you, Steve. Thanks
Thank you very
for
much.
reassuring the nerves.
But this one is not over. 71-66, 22.7 seconds left. Folks, you paid for your whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge of it. We're in overtime.
And those 22 seconds are going to feel like forever for these players.
Walters, his three is no good. Patrick Smith gets the rebound. He's going to drive in. He's going to put a shot up, fouled and one. And that's the time where you kind of just need to almost let him drive on you.
Yeah.
Let him go in, let him get that shot.
Yeah, from here at least it looked like Jameer House did have both feet on the ground. There were a lot of feet in there, so I can't say for certain, but
Might have been a little bit of contact on Patrick Smith's arm. Nonetheless, he's at the foul line. He shoots 72.7%. He's going to finish the three-point play. Bounce pass into Terry Davis Jr. He's going to be swarmed by Mercyhurst players. Under 10. Isaiah Lewis has Howes by himself, and they're going to call a foul. And it's going to be, I'm guessing, it's going to be on Isaiah Lewis. He's going to go to the line, but I could have swore he got that pass off to Jameer House.
And just at that point, just play on. There's your soccer terminology. Just play on.
Isaiah Lewis, his first shot is no good.
This is a bold move here from Kent McBride, trying to get Phillip Alexander in, a freshman who is maybe not used to these situations.
Isaiah Lewis has 4 fouls. Isaiah Lewis, his shot is good. He just made this a 4-point game, and that is huge. Isaiah Lewis will probably take a seat. He has 4 fouls. Philip Alexander will probably come in 72-69. And California needs to buckle down on defense and just let the 6 seconds run out. Mercyhurst is going to be flying.
But you know who's so good at shooting three-point shots? Mercyhurst.
Yep, exactly. Malcolm Waters, you can't let them shoot those threes.
Especially if you have Lorenzo Collier on the field.
You have
court too.
Yeah, exactly. Lorenzo Collier, Malcolm Walters, Patrick Smith has been nailing some threes. I mean, this team is dangerous.
And if you get a steal, California, hold it. If they want to foul you, go right ahead. Go on, Mercyhurst. Yep. But if you get the ball, hold it. It's 6 seconds left. You have 10 seconds to get over the half point, the halfway part of the court. Just hold it.
Mercyhurst will be inbounding it from their own baseline. Williams will get the ball off to Ellis. And Cordell Smith, what a smart foul that is. That is a veteran play to foul Ellis and force him to the line to shoot 2. 3.3 seconds left. I mean, that is a smart foul.
It is a smart foul, but now he has 4. I mean, granted, there's 3.3 seconds left, but still, oh my goodness.
His first shot is good. And if you're going to foul someone, you want to foul Derek Ellis Jr. He's 47.1%. Of course, he made his first one. His second shot is up, and that's good. .4 seconds left. Terry Davis Jr. will go to the line. Terry Davis Jr. going the line. He's the man that sent this one into overtime, shooting 65.8%.
Fantastic for a guy who's not at 100% today.
His first one is up, and it's good. (73-71). Terry Davis Jr., his second shot is up, and it's off the rim and out. It's going to be a timeout from Mercyhurst. They're going to try to draw something up. And this one is still going to be a wild finish. I know there's only 1.9 seconds left, but I mean, Rachel, in this kind of game, anything could happen. We've seen it all so far.
Yeah, and the last thing, I mean, if I'm Mercyhurst, I go for the 2, but I feel like they're going to go for the 3 just because of who they have on the court, who can shoot.
And you know what? They changed the time to 2.1 seconds. That may not seem a lot, but they still have to go the full length of the court. They'll start at their own baseline.
It still is surprising to me that it's bold from Kent McBride to have Jordan Gessner and Philip Alexander on the court there.
Right.
Granted, now that Robel Tekel's out, you really don't have many pick-ins, and they also have lesser fouls than some of the other guys on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. You got to think about the fouls.
I would have maybe got Ryan Dutton in there because he's a large body.
Mercyhurst will inbound this from their own baseline. Honus Lightbody is the man inbounding. What are they going to do? Are they going to heave it down? They're going to go to Ellis. It's intercepted by Cordell Smith. And that's going to be the ball game. Cordell Smith, the hero of the game, getting a last-second steal, throwing it behind him, not letting it go out of bounds. And this one is over after a wild finish to the fourth quarter and an even more wild finish to overtime.
Steve, this was, I have no words for this game. Totally exceeded expectations. I mean, these are two teams that are fighting for that last playoff spot. You knew they were going to go hard, but man, I don't think anybody expected something like this. This was just a phenomenal game. Both sides too. Tip your hat to Mercyhurst.
Absolutely.
They had a heck of a game.
Absolutely. I mean, just unbelievable. California breaks the hearts of Mercyhurst here on Valentine's Day with an absolute wild finish. Their hopes are still alive in the playoff run. They have IUP on Saturday at IUP. That's all we have for you tonight. I would like to thank everybody on crew, Gary Smith, Anthony DiAugustino, guys in the truck, our camera operators, and especially you, Rachel. I had a blast announcing with you. It was a good game and did a fantastic job for your first time. For Rachel McCrager, I'm Stephen Ruffing. We'll see you next time, folks. Have a great night.